Hello, Team Zimbabwe. Hello, viewers. Masquera say. So we are back, and we were prompted to come back because of the state. Yeah, Honorable Job Sikhala. He is in prison, as you all know, and the report is that he is not feeling well. So Daddy Hope reported that this past weekend that he went to visit Honorable Job Sikhala, and he was so concerned about the state of his health. He was finding it difficult for him to walk. He does have massive chest pains, and that is not a so good situation. We don't know what is really happening, but the reason why we are here is because he has been denied medical attention. Those are the allegations being raised at this moment. So it is alleged that he has been denied medical attention, but it is his right to have access, number one, to legal practitioners of his choice, number two, to medical doctors of his choice, even though he gets medical health at the prison facility, he does have his rights to source for private medical attention. That is, if he is not happy with the medical facilities or the medical facilities at the prisons are failing to deal with his case. So it is so said that our leaders are being subjected to massive torture, ill treatment, and all sorts of I don't know how to explain it or the best word to explain it, but it is not so good for us as citizens. So we need to continue to stand in solidarity with our leaders. We need to continue to pray for our leaders because you might do anything you might think of to our leaders, but it is God who gives life. It is God who takes life. So what is very important at this juncture is not the pain they are going through. What is very important right now is to have them alive, because so long they are alive, the idea lives on. So long they are alive, they can tell us what needs to be done, because we will be able to interact with them. So they might take their health, they might take their ability, they might take everything from them, but they will never remove their zeal for a better Zimbabwe, their quest for a better Zimbabwe. Honorable Job Sikhala has been in and out of Zimbabwean prisons several times. He has been acquitted several times after being arrested several times. That clearly shows that this is direct persecution of the people who are leading in the politics of Zimbabwe. That is a clear violation of people's human rights and their freedoms. But there is nothing we can do at this juncture which goes beyond to register to vote, which goes beyond educating people about why we should register to vote and why we must go and vote in our numbers. We have seen massive persecution of our leaders. You have seen the arrogance of people at SEC. We have seen the arrogance of the people in the justice. We have seen the arrogance of the people in various state departments. And you have seen that they are not ready to have change. Why? Those at the top, they are corruptly benefiting from this regime. And they know very well that if we are to change a government and to have the people's government, it is going to be difficult for them to benefit without working. So the people who always benefit without working, they find problems when we talk about change, because they know very well that if a new leader comes and a new leader closes that opportunity for them to benefit without working, they will die of hunger. Why? They don't have ideas. Number two, they were imposed on those positions. Just imagine your uncle just called you and say, Shamwari kuno kwaita basa, come and get this job. And you are employed, but you are not qualified enough, or you don't have the necessary skills or knowledge to carry the tasks you are given. It shows that when a new government comes, and that new government speaks of quality and speaks of competence, you don't stand any chance. You will be removed from that position. They know very well. That is the reason why they are fighting so hard to make sure that they protect the regime. Because with the corrupt regime, they know that they are also corrupted. So the corruption has gone deep down to an extent where there are surrogates who are being employed, but they know nothing about why they were employed to different positions. They don't know their boundaries. They don't know their limits. They believe they are there to save their families. They believe they are there to save ZANU-PF, not knowing fully well that if you are holding any position, any public position right now, you are there to save the people of Zimbabwe. You are there to deliver the best in Zimbabwe. You are there to fulfill policies. So you can actually see that the top management, the top and middle management is composed of compromised people. People who got jobs through nepotism, through sexual favors, through paying or bribes. These are the people who are at the top. And at the bottom, they are disgruntled citizens. These are those at the bottom, they are mixed. Those who know how to do the job, those who are employed on incompetence basis, corruption basis, and just because there is no morale deep down there, everything is in shambles. Mumwe nomwe ari kuita mazvake mazvake, yangowo nyika yemazvake mazvake. Munhu ari kungotora an instruction from his own head and just doing anything. So you can actually see that if somebody is denying Honorable Sikhala medical attention, kutaura chokwadi, that person does not think, does not know why he got that job. Because if you are working for the prison services, you have to be guided by the code of conduct of the prison services. You must be guided by the laws. What does the law say about somebody's health? Somebody's health is of paramount importance. Why? If that person dies, you cannot restore that person to live again. You cannot wake up that person to live again. So you must make sure that you prioritize the health. So these people, they have not been proven guilty. They are still innocent until proven guilty, which means their rights must not be violated in any way. Even if they were guilty, even if they were convicted, their rights still remain. They must be protected. The reason why we have prison services, if you read it, it is Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services, ZPCS, Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services. Their mandate, their duty is to rehabilitate prisoners. Their duty is to correct prisoners, to teach prisoners how to live into society. So even if our leaders were convicted, they were supposed to be treated with dignity. They were supposed to be treated as humans. Why do I say so? Because they have their own rights. Because they are there, the people who are in prisons are there to be corrected. And the reason why we have a remand prison must be the safest place to be, must be the most comfortable place to be. But in Zimbabwe, it is different. It is the worst place to be. Being on remand is the worst thing in the nation of Zimbabwe. If you are being remanded in custody, it is the worst experience. You are still innocent. They have not proved that you are guilty, but how they treat you is so shocking. You can actually see that there was no need for the judge to say the record is not available, so you go back and you come back kind of record. If they were considering other people's rights from their hearts, if they were doing their jobs chaizvo, but because inyaya yekuchestirana kuti anogona kuomesera vanhu vemapoliticians ndiyani zvanzi ngaapinde basa uya anozvo. So just because everything is being done by corrupt and captured people, you can actually see that macases enyu, every political case in Zimbabwe inoitwa naMichael Reza. Every prosecution of a political case is prosecuted by Michael Reza. So Michael Reza will make sure kuti abva from court chakati omhanya kunoita nyaya nengi dzese ndedzake Michael Reza. Every case is being done by Michael Reza. Why? That is a cause of concern. Is he the only prosecutor we have in Zimbabwe? Or he is the only certified persecutor who is not a prosecutor? He is no longer a public prosecutor. He is now a public persecutor. And Vakomana Asichi Nai. Gladys Moyo, thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you very much for tuning in. Zvinorwadza. I just got this message and I'm in pain right now. You cannot deny somebody a health, access to a health service. You cannot deny somebody access to good living conditions. If you look at the conditions of our prisons, honestly speaking, they are not so good. They are not so good. They are not so appealing. There's nothing interesting to be at our prisons. Pakuti ubeko wa reformer unobva ikoko wato deformeo. You'll be deformed instead of being reformed. That is the nature of our prisons. There are all sorts of reports in our prisons ranging from abuse, diseases, hunger, everything. But we have people who call themselves leaders. And the question is, if you are a leader, your leadership is being guided by one thing. That is the constitution. Why are you failing as a leader to make sure that you lead the people wisely? You lead the people the same way you want to be led. Because the question is, do you want to be in prison and face the same conditions which our people are facing? No, they don't want. So you can actually see that Ivo pavanoenda kumajere, they quickly remove their own people vanenge vaenda kuma-prisons ikoko. They quickly remove them, they quickly give them bail. Why? Because they know very well the conditions mumajere imo. So we need to end this, Zimbabwe. This is the reason why we must make sure that everybody around you is well aware of what needs to be done. This is the reason why we say you have to share these messages. You have to, number one, like these videos, share these videos, share to as many people as possible. Make it your task to share so that everybody gets to know why we must vote for change. We must mobilize for change. Everybody must know. We cannot continue in this way. We cannot continue in such a tragic way. Mangwana munonzwa kuti mukuru wafa in such conditions. And you wonder what caused it. Yet we are doing nothing. So the best thing we can do right now is to overwhelm SEC through voter registration. Let's go and overwhelm SEC. Let's go and register in numbers, in thousands, in millions. And let's have a target in mind. Remember, our target is 6 million votes. Why are we targeting 6 million? ZANU-PF has already set its pace at 5 million. They have put their own target at 5 million, which means whatever they are doing right now to rig the elections, they are doing it to reach 5 million. They will not reach 5 million, but they will do anything in their power to be close. So we need to counter them and do anything in our power to target 6 million. And let's put a plus or minus 500,000 votes, which means the lowest vote we must get is 5.5 million. And the highest we must get is 6.5 million and above. 6.5 million, 5.5 million to 6.5 million. Those targets are achievable in Zimbabwe if everybody registers to vote, if everybody participates in the upcoming elections. Vese vasina kuvota 2018. Let's make sure that they vote. Those who are undecided, let's make sure that they decide to vote for change. So it is your responsibility and your duty to share these messages, to inform those around you. In any personal, I have made it a task to say everybody around me must know the importance of change. Everybody around me must know the importance of voting for Nelson Chamisa, must know the importance of registering to vote and spreading the message. That is my target. I just need to have vanhu 100 vandinoziva, 100 vanhu vandinoziva vekuti I know very well that these 100 people are going to definitely vote for change. So if you make it a task from now up to 2023, you have your own 100 people Make it a task that you have your own 100 people who you trust they will go and vote for change. And you will see what is going to happen. You will see, because those 100 people are going to say, let me have my own 100. And the other person will say, let me have my own 100. Let me have my own 100. And that's how it goes. So right now, I'm targeting 100 people, and those 100 people should be from different families, which means I am targeting 100 families right now who must know everything about change, whom I must convince, teach, and educate about the importance of change. That is what we need. Because the persecution of our leaders must teach us to be strategic, must teach us to go and speak to the people. If you go to the liberation struggle history, macomrades vakanga vachienda, main role yemacomrades was to make sure that they teach vabereki, they teach vana mujibha vana chimhwido, so as to know what should be done. And vanhu ivavo ndo vakanga vachidzidzisa vabereki gwara rehondo. That is the reason why you could see very young boys vaienda on the front line vachienda kunoona kuti masoja ane pfuti dzakaita sei, masoja afamba sei, aita sei. Why? Just because the message was reaching everybody and the families were aware of what was supposed to be done. That is the reason why macomrades aibikirwa sadza, they had everything available, because people knew what was happening. If we make our people know what is happening, we are going to win this struggle. We are going to win this struggle against tyranny. So Team Zimbabwe, I hope that if everybody who is here, I can go click a like button. If you click like button, everybody, if you just click like button, a like button, it is going to do us more good, because a lot of people are going to be shown these videos. So thank you very much for tuning in. In conclusion, Honorable Job Sikhala is sick. It has been confirmed by Daddy Hope. He visited him in prison and he confirmed that he is indeed sick and he is struggling to walk and he does have chest pains. And today we were shocked to hear the allegations that they are failing to give him medical treatment. He is failing to access proper medical treatment, and that is so shameful for the regime to be doing so. So this is what is really happening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for coming in. Njabulo moyo zvanziva njalo abantu vezanu vayabulala kodwa imphumela izabakhona akwenzileyo kuyakulandela. They are simply exposing themselves and they are crying loud on sanctions and rule of law. Mugwadi, shame on you, or shame of you. So you can actually see that issue of sanctions they always speak. The question we always have is, when one man who is buying gold is earning 400 million annually, 2021 only, a gold buyer made 400 million. If gold was being bought by Fidelity and RBZ, that 400 million could have gone to the RBZ. How many prominent gold buyers do we have? We have over 100 of them, prominent gold buyers here in Zimbabwe, who are making hundreds of millions. And if we combine them, those are billions which are going to individuals' pockets instead of going to the national coffers. So you can actually see that it is an issue of lack of policies, not an issue of sanctions. Sanctions are there. We have our resources. What is stopping you from stocking gold? You are saying we are facing my problems and so forth. Tell us, kuti mimi gold murikurisa kupi? Because if you say we don't have anywhere to sell our gold, we need to see that gold. We don't have anywhere to sell our diamonds, we need to see those diamonds. If you have those diamonds right now, and you want an economy to function, you just make sure that those diamonds are safe. You put value on them. You back your currency using the resources you have, which are valuable. And once you do that, you stabilize the country. Everybody knows what my money is backed up by gold, is backed up by diamonds. It means the currency is going to stabilize and the economy is going to move forward. Because they can't do that. This is the reason why they do all sorts of things. The reason why they don't want to remove a criminal law gold. Kuti izvezvi ndikanhonga gold rangu ndichisakura mumunda, so if I pick a piece of gold, the law must allow me to go straight to Fidelity and sell my gold. The reason why they don't want to decriminalize possession of gold is because they know that if I get my gold right now and I go with it to Fidelity, their gold buyers will begin to lose. They know it. They know it. But just because they want to protect their gold buyers, they criminalize the possession of gold. This is unrefined gold, which I just picked. Why should it be a crime for me to be in possession of unrefined gold? Why should it be a criminal to be in possession of a diamond? Why? It's because they want access to those diamonds. They know very well that you will not go with it to RBZ. You will go with it to them, to their own buyers, who smuggle 75% and declare 25%. That is the honest truth. Yet the criminals are walking scot-free. Yet our leaders are in jail, in prison, and being denied medical care. They are being denied bail. They are being denied medical care. Tomorrow you will see another charge. Tomorrow you will see another charge. So if Amos Chibaya was arrested for merely conducting a rally, let's say it's true. Let's say it's. I'm not saying it's true. Let's assume it's true. Why is that? Is it that leader of ZANU-PF akatara kugoko akati this is the last election, who promised Masabuku Kularova and so forth? Why is he not being arrested? Why is he not being charged for whatever he did, for violating the constitutional law, the electoral law? Why? Because you cannot say these laws are more important than other laws. There is no law which is more important than the other. Every law is important, and every law must be respected in its own right. ZANU-PF leaders who caused the violence in Nyatsime, they are not arrested. They are walking scot-free. Yet our leaders are being denied bail and they're in jail, and they are facing the worst conditions ever. That alone should tell you, as a Zimbabwean, to say you must act. You must be ready to liberate yourself. You must be ready to secure your future. We cannot have ZANU-PF for another 5 years. That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. We cannot have ZANU-PF for another 5 years. We cannot afford this kind of leadership for another 5 years. I blame these guys. Why did they start the violent statements in Chitungwiza? It gives ZANU-PF foolish reasons to imprison them. CCC must find other ways, not violence. You know what, Fungaiti Tiani, maybe you need to revisit the statements. Violence was not incited. Violence was not incited. The police, everybody, nobody is in possession of any form of video where violence was promoted. No such statements were made. No such statements were made. What Job Sikhala said was that mweya wamo blessing ngauteverere vanhu vakamuuraya. That is not violence. That is not violence. So if Job Sikhala said mweya wamo blessing should go after the people who killed her, and the state responded by arresting Job Sikhala, it means ndivo vakauraya blessing ali. It means ndivo, because iwewe unobatikana papi kana uchizwa kuti hauna kumuuraya. If you know that you were not part of those who killed her, why is it that muri kubatikana by that statement? That statement is not inciting violence. Those who incited violence are the people who chased the CCC mourners from the funeral. Those are the people who incited violence. Sorry. It is so sad. Shame on ZANU-PF. Shame on ZANU-PF. And shame on those who are denying Job Sikhala medical attention and free medical access. Shame to them. One day, zvinhu zvichashanduka. Hapana musi usingasviki. That day shall come, and the people will run. So what you are saying, the burning of houses, these are ZANU-PF people. These are ZANU-PF people. Look what they did after that. They went on to ban 4 houses for CCC leaders in Nyatsime. They went on to ban 4 houses. Why is it that the people who banned those houses were not arrested, and only the leaders are arrested? Have you ever asked yourself about why is it that the people who bent down those houses and were on video were not arrested, and the leaders who were not on video were arrested? Have you ever asked yourself that question? That speaks a lot. Why is it that the people who bent CCC members' houses and those people are known, why are they not being arrested? Why is it that the police is not investigating that matter? So as the change is coming, let us be strong, also be our inner needs and be strong, God in heaven. Yes, I agree with you, Jack. We need to continue praying, because if we pray, the lives of our leaders shall be preserved. And once the lives of our leaders are preserved, we have more upper hand. Remember that the comrades who were in the liberation struggle, they were in prison. And while they were in prison, they were writing letters to those who were in the struggle, to those who were outside the prison. These are leaders in the prison, writing letters to different people outside prison. So no matter the situation you are in, so long you are alive, you have an ability to give commands to the people, to tell the people what they should do. You have that power. But when you are dead, you no longer have it. So we need to pray to God to preserve lives of our leaders. That is what is very important. So thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for your contributions. Thank you very much for your support. Please like this video. Please comment, and also please make sure that you share. So my likes. You know, there's no rewards. You are 113 at this moment, and I will see only 2 likes. Please like this video so that it is shown to as many people as possible. Please make sure that you share this video to as many people as possible. I'm going to take this last comment before I go. What then can be the solution towards the election to mitigate these atrocities? Okay, Fungaiti Tiani, what I was saying is that what we need to do, the safest possible way, is for you, make sure that everybody around you, that is your friends, your family, your workmates, make sure that they understand why we need change. Make sure that they understand why we should vote for Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Make sure that they understand why they should educate other people about change. That is what is very important. So if we do that, you are going to see that everybody will know what needs to be done. Once everybody is aware, once we overwhelm ZEC by voter registration, it means we are going to reach the target. And once we reach the target, and once the margins are very wide, it is going to be very difficult for them to declare Emmerson Mnangagwa a winner. They will try what happened in 2008, and that is where we are going to take decisive action. We need to win elections. After we win elections, and it has been announced that we have won the elections, then we know how to defend ourselves. That is not a problem. So another Russian novice, food poisoning. Yes, that is what they do. They arrest you, they poison you. They arrest you, they poison you. So ZANU started violence, forbidding mourners. Yes, that is the truth. So you can actually see that ZANU-PF is always trying to retain power by any means possible. But this must show us, and this must give us hope to say, when somebody is in panic, it shows. So they have enough intelligence to know kuti aiwa zvinhu zvisina kumira zvakanaka. Even in the villages, that is the reason why they're trying to mobilize masabhuku to talk to the sabhukus. But honestly, inini ndakafonerwa by various sabhukus, and they told me vakomana muri kutiregerera. Those were the messages from masabhuku nemaheadmen. Vakomana muri kutiregerera, makagara kuchirungu, makati nya muchiti zvinofamba sei. And they know very well that they need change, but they need us. Masabhuku, they need us at this juncture. Why? It is going to be difficult for them to oppose ZANU-PF publicly, but they are going to allow us to sneak into their areas. Yes, there are other sabhukus who are hard-headed, who are fools. They will try all means, but I know that the sabhukus will give us a passage to walk through in their villages, to mobilize in their villages. So let's put our efforts together. Let's make sure that everybody is registered to vote. Let's make it our aim to make sure that everybody is educated about what needs to be done. And 2023 election is going to be interesting. We hope and pray that the leaders who are imprisoned are going to be safe, are going to be healthy, and their lives are going to be preserved. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your support. Please hit the like button at this moment. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you very much for your support. Signing out, my name is Ronald Wekwamakosha.